Hi guys, welcome back to episode DB Cars, and today's episode I'll be showing you guys GetGo Skoda Karoq. So let's dive straight to this video right now. Alright then, so here is guys the Skoda Karoq from GetGo itself. So upon first inspection wise, I'll be showing you guys the exterior car, if there's any damages for this vehicle before I show you guys the trunk space as well as the interior itself. So let me just start off with the exterior of the vehicle itself. So unfortunately this vehicle itself, you guys can obviously see the rims are extremely dirty itself. I think it's really for all four sides of the vehicle itself, which is extremely dirty, but walking throughout the front of the car itself, there isn't any obvious damages that so far I noticed. Like I don't think there's any windscreen chip on it as well, which is a good thing. Same thing, the rims are just extremely dirty and just needed a wash. Same for this side, and last but not least the back of the car itself. So luckily the vehicle hasn't sustained any damages while it's still in GetGo itself, so which is a good thing. But overall I think not bad. I think it's not a bad decision that GetGo decided to add a storage fleet. Plus I don't think there's even a Skoda in Tribe or Chariot itself. Maybe Seat, like for Chariot is like this for Chariot itself, but for GetGo itself and other brands itself, I don't think there's a Skoda at all. But it's good that they're venturing out and trying out other brands itself. But if you're wondering where's the fuel tank, well, it's right behind the driver's side on the right hand side itself. But other than that, there's any other obvious damages that I can notice for this car itself. Let me just show you guys the trunk space of the vehicle right now. Alright then, now let me just show you guys the trunk space for the Skoda Karoq itself. So basically to access the trunk space, just need to hit the button right down below the emblem itself, press on it and it will open up itself. Alternatively, if you guys do not want to press that button, there is another button which I'll show you guys later on the driver's side, which you could actually press to access the trunk space. But right now with the trunk open, this is how much space you guys actually get on for this vehicle itself. So I will probably put up on screen right now how much trunk space you do get for this vehicle itself, which is a good thing and a bad, which is a good thing for this vehicle itself. Right down below, nothing else other than more cargo space itself. So basically, if you guys want to expand the cargo space, you technically could lower this shelf down to the lowest position and you have even more space for this vehicle itself. Other than that, if not, you can just leave it at this position, which might restrict the number of things that you could put inside this vehicle itself. So yeah, other than that, let me just show you guys. If you want to close it, you can just press on this button to close it. If not, I think there is the other way, which I can show you guys right now, which you can close it by this button right down on the nearest speaker, which you just push on this button and it should close itself. So yeah, it should close itself. If not, you can just press on the button on top, which I showed you guys just now, to close it itself. So yeah, just like that, and the trunk could close itself. So yeah. Alright then, moving on, next up we got the rear of the car itself. So stepping right into the rear of the car itself, you got also a big amount of trunk space itself. So you guys can see this is how much, sorry, not trunk space, rear seating capacity for this vehicle itself. So basically this is how it looks like in the rear itself. One thing, if you to see this vehicle after a long while, is you do notice that some parts comes from VW. Sorry about that. Okay, where am I? Okay, so basically what I'm saying previously was, basically if you were to see in this car long enough, you would notice there are some parts are from a Volkswagen, is from the Volkswagen group as well as the Audi group. What I'm saying is this. Basically the first thing I'm trying to point out to you guys is this thing right here itself, which is the interior lighting or the center lighting for the Skoda Karoq itself. Basically this thing, if you guys do notice or do know where it comes from, this is one of the parts that came off from the VW Touareg, which I've already reviewed. So basically, if you guys do not know how to operate the light itself, let me just show you guys again. So basically, if you guys want light on either side, you just twist it this side or twist it this side. If not both light, twist both ways itself. If you do not want light, you can just flip it this way around. If you want the light when the doors are open, just flip to the center and the light will turn on when the doors are open itself. If not, then you can just leave it. But other than that, that is basically that one part that is from a VW, a Volkswagen itself. So yeah, but in the real world, what do you get? Well, you get some very nice table itself, which in my opinion is a little bit weird that you have a table in a SUV itself. Normally I would say this is the thing that you see on a what's that, on an MPV. You don't really see this on the SUV itself. From my point of view of reviewing quite a lot of cars already, this is like a bit unusual itself lah. But next up is the same. Basically get two on either side itself. You get some storage pocket right down below itself, same for the other side. And then that's probably it. You also get some rear AC vents if you want to, let's say, cool yourself in the rear. You got a slide to open and close it. Right down below you got your 12-volt socket outlet right there itself, and that's probably it itself. And you got some storage space right here and right here on this side and the other side itself. And then you just got your window switches to get out the car, sorry, to wind down the windows, as well as to get out the car right here itself. But this car also does have center armrest which you could rest your arm on, which is quite a good thing. But the only thing which I feel is a little bit weird is this. If you see the cup holders itself, or even you can call this even a cup holder, this is very small. I don't understand what drinks you could put inside here. Or in my opinion, this is very useless, and there's no point at all. So I don't even see a purpose of putting a drink here. Might as well just put it right aside the door bin on the left or right side. Don't even bother putting it at the center itself. So yeah, but another good thing about this car is if you want to load stuff through, you can do so by pulling on this lever itself, and this whole thing will just drop down and you're able to load stuff through itself. So that's a good thing about it. But if not, you can just put this whole thing back up. Sorry, you have to put this stuff up first. Oh, sorry about that. You have to put this stuff back into it first. Right there, then put this back in itself. So yeah. Oh, and also this car does have ISO 15 point, which could be a child seat in if you want to itself. So yeah, but alright, let me just talk about comfortability wise for this car. Well, you do get amount. This is my current driving position wise, which is not bad. You do get about, I would say about 1.5 space, 1.5 length of legroom wise. Headroom wise also not too bad, about 1.25 about there. So yeah, not too bad for legroom wise itself. Moving on, you got, let me just show you guys how the center seat feels like. One good thing you have to do is you have to get over this transmission hump, which is one thing you have to definitely take note about it itself. But all in all, I think it's still not too bad. It got about a fist of legroom wise on either side. Headroom wise not too bad either. It's almost like 1.5 to about two headroom, about 2 feet of headroom wise, which is not too bad. I think for adult sitting in the rear itself, 3 full-grown size adult sitting in the rear itself, it won't be a problem either, because this car is quite big, not like some smaller compact SUV like the Hyundai Kona, where that might feel a bit claustrophobic. This, I don't think there is any problem at all itself. So yeah, other than that, let me just show you guys the front of the car right now. Alright then, now let me just show you guys the front of the car itself. So basically jumping into the car itself, one thing you definitely do have to note is going back to the point of me mentioning about Audi and VW. Let me just show you guys more features which are from a, oh yeah, before I show you guys that, let me just show you guys the dashboard, how the front looks like. So basically this is how the front of the car looks like. So yeah, upon inspection wise, sorry, upon getting in wise, you do get the dust light up, but it doesn't really turn on the car itself. You have to, normally if this car was a privately owned car, you have to have your ignition key into that slot right there. But I think this is a GetGo vehicle. You have to put on the brake and press the start button, and the vehicle then will start up itself. So yeah, but speaking of storage option wise, you get one storage space right here itself, which you could put your stuff, which is not too bad. Don't think I can put my small bag, you know, inside though, which is the downside. But overall space is still not too bad. I probably could put some, like the owner's manual or some books inside itself. So yeah, moving on, got one storage space right here, which you could put your phone to charge. If I'm not wrong, this got wireless charging right here. Otherwise, you got a 12-volt socket out here and 2 USB Type-C port itself. So yeah, moving on, you got another storage space right here itself, which is quite, I think this is the biggest one itself out of the two that I showed you guys earlier on. Plus, you also got this very weird thing. I don't, in my opinion, I don't even know whether this is a cup holder. If not, technically you can put your drink right there or right there itself. So in this storage pocket right here itself. So yeah, but yeah, probably you could put some stuff here if you want to itself. But I think if you ask me how does storage space feel like on the Skoda, I would say not really the best itself, because out of the 3 storage space. Alright then, now let me just show you guys one more storage space that I forgot to mention to you guys just now. Which is this right at the top, which also you can say kind of inspired from the Volkswagen Touareg. So where you're able to put your stuff right here if you want to itself. Just want to add on one more area of storage that I forgot to mention earlier on itself. So yeah, I don't see one place that I would put my bag at. Like if I want to hide my bag, I will put it, I don't know, I'll probably just carry it with me, because there's no decent size storage space for me to put my stuff, hide my bag in if I want to hide it itself. So yeah, but moving on, you got this armrest right here, which can be raised or lowered to hide the stuff below here. If not, you can just raise all the way up and put it as an armrest itself when you're driving the vehicle itself. So yeah, but moving on, you got your traction control button right here itself, your electronic handbrake, your mode selector for the various mode on the Skoda itself, like the Karoq, and you got your gears right here, and you got sports mode as well, which in sports mode technically you can use the pedal shifter right here itself to shift up or shift down the gear itself. So yeah, if you're wondering how to shift into sports mode, just need to shift the lever to the left and you enable sports mode itself. So yeah, moving on, you got more buttons right here, which you got your auto stop start, parking sensors, your headlight, and your lock. So a central locking mechanism to lock the doors itself. So yeah, moving on top, you got your AC dials, which on either side, on the outer and inner, the dials on the left and right furthest. You got your temperature gauge to adjust right here itself. You got your front and rear defrost, turn on and turn off the AC. So your climate control button right here, and this for auto climate, and you got center menu for probably, I think, some function which it will show on the screen, which I'll show you guys later on itself. And you got various functions to how you want the wind to be blowing at you, as well as the recircular function in the air itself. And talking about the more VW parts itself, this is another Volkswagen part that came off from, I won't say this is from the Volkswagen, but I know these 3 dials are definitely from a Volkswagen itself, because I remember these 3 dials straight out from the Touareg itself, which is very iconic. I think it's unique to that part. So probably I think this Karoq is probably sharing some parts with Audi and VW itself. So yeah, moving on top, you got your infotainment dials, your infotainment screen right here itself. So basically all these shortcut keys right here, if you guys can see, basically you can just touch on it and you're able to access various functions of the infotainment screen itself. Right here you got your dials for the volume, as well as the frequency tuner, and you got right here on the far left to adjust, turn on and turn off the infotainment itself. So yeah, and also if you're wondering, this car does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but in order to plug into it, you have to have a USB cable, which is right here itself. So yeah, so I think this is my first car that I realized that has USB-C port. Other cars most of the time is always USB Type A itself, which is quite common thing in older cars and maybe newer cars now, but I think some newer cars now are starting to have USB-C itself. So yeah, but moving on, you got the buttons on the dial itself. So basically the button on the dial itself, basically just got your voice command right here, your frequency tuner to adjust the frequency, your radio, your volume control button right here itself, and on the other side you got your cruise control function itself. So basically this is to adjust all the various functions of the cruise control, as well as some other function of the car itself. So yeah, moving on, right, let me just show you guys the stocks. Right, the stocks on the left hand side are your indicator stock, as well as your headlight stock itself. So basically indicator just up or down, high beam just need to push forward, to deactivate just push back, and push back one more time to flash a high beam itself. So yeah, and yeah, basically it stays right here itself. So yeah. So yeah, now on the other side you got your wiper switch, wiper stock itself, so all the way down for, all the way up, all the way down for continuous movement of the wipers, as well as this right here for to adjust the frequency itself. Right, don't think there's any dials right here itself. So yeah, but one thing you do that is, I think in my opinion, I think this is another part that is not from a Volkswagen but an Audi itself. So that's a little bit weird. I mean, not weird, but in a sense, you technically do expect it last, because I don't think Skoda have their own parts itself, so makes sense that they would share some of the parts from other bigger manufacturer itself. So yeah, and you got your pedal shifter right here itself, which I already mentioned itself. So yeah, and right down below you got your cruise control buttons itself. So basically you can see how to set it itself. So basically set speed, just set it right here, and you can just distance by this knob on right on top itself. So yeah, and that's and to resume cruise control, just go all the way down itself. So yeah, alright then, moving on, you just got your light control switches right here itself. So basically to activate headlight, just go all the way to the right. For to turn off the headlight, just go all the way left itself. Right now, for time being, I'm set it to auto headlight, so basically it will just automatically turn on when it senses a dark environment itself. So yeah, alright then, moving on, lastly you just got your window switches itself. So basically you can just adjust the windows on all four sides. Right down below is the window to prevent people from rolling down the window itself, and to adjust the to adjust the mirrors itself, just need to swivel it down either left or right inside, then you just swivel up, down, left, right, well, this knob itself. To fold the mirrors in, just need to go all the way down, and you fold the mirrors in itself. So yeah, and right back in the center for your normal mirrors itself. So yeah, plus also this car does has blind spot assist. So basically the blind spot assist will only light up when there's a vehicle in your blind spot. So it basically just light up right there itself, telling you guys that there's a vehicle in your blind spot, so do not change lane at all itself. So yeah, but other than that, that's probably it for this vehicle itself. Now let me just turn on the vehicle to show you. Oh yeah, sorry. Lastly, just got a sun visor right here with the ASO card to refill the car, as well as the mirror itself. So yeah, and this also can be, I don't think this can be taken. Yeah, no, don't think can be taken out. And the same for the other side as well. So yeah, lastly, just got some of the light switch button you can press itself. So yeah, and as well as a sunglasses holder itself. So yeah, and that, let me just start the car right now to show you some of the various functions itself. So for the brake itself, press on this and car will turn on itself. So yeah, let me just give a few moments to let it prime up. So yeah, so basically this is how it looks like itself. So let me just run through some of the functions that you get on the screen itself. So basically to cycle through those functions right here itself, just need to scroll on this down right here itself, and you're able to see that it is cycling through some of the functions itself. So basically got the range, the overall miles per gallon, speed, the speed warning that you want to set the speed at, the maximum speed that you want this vehicle to go at, oil time, basically quite a lot of information on this itself. So yeah, and you want to select it, just press on this button itself, and it will show you basically everything you want to know about this vehicle itself. So and you're able to cycle through the various mode downs with this button right down there itself. So yeah, and now to the other side is just basically for infotainment itself. So basically to adjust the infotainment itself, just need to press on radio, then you just go to, let me just turn on this itself, go to radio and just press, basically it's like a haptic touch itself to let you know that you have pressed on the item, not like a physical button where you can press on it and you know that you press on it itself. This you can just touch on it and you're able to do various functions for this car itself. So yeah, I think that's basically it for this vehicle itself. Plus, oh yeah, last thing I think I want to talk about the screen itself. So basically, in my opinion, I think this screen is probably from an Audi itself, because this is more like the, I think the Audis in the mid 2010, mid 2015 that has the virtual cockpit itself, which you're able to see the dials on it itself, and the indicators are probably on top. Which let me show you guys that. So yeah, but other than that, I think that's probably it for, oh yeah, before I end off the video, let me just show you how to adjust the wheel itself. So to adjust the wheel itself, just need to pull on this lever right down below here itself. Just pull on that and the steering wheel will just drop and you're able to adjust it. So once done, you just put it back up and it will just lock it in position itself. So yeah, and for the seat itself, it's also very simple. Just need to pull on this So basically this is to adjust the how back, the angle of the seat right here. This is to adjust the lumbar support for this vehicle, as well as you got your memory function for the seat itself. So basically to set the seat, like to save the memory function of this vehicle itself, just click on set and or other various function, and you're able to save the memory function for this seat itself. Alright, and let me just show you guys the various mode for this car. So basically I press on mode, you guys can see there's various different mode itself, which got normal, sport, custom, which you can set it according to what you want, or eco mode itself. So yeah, probably I'll just leave it normal itself. Normally I think if you were to set on this itself, you will show it right here itself, but unfortunately somehow it's on the screen itself. But I think on the screen itself you're able to adjust various other functions itself, which like the climate control, you're able to adjust it here itself. The air care system, I think it's like the purification system, whatever you can call it itself. So yeah, and also the screen is touchscreen, so you're able to see it itself. Oh yeah, and if you're wondering how the reversing camera looks like, this is how it looks like itself. So basically you're able to see most, I would say most of the camera is not that bad, but you're still able to see most of your surrounding itself. So yeah, and also you got parking sensors right down below here as well itself. So yeah, and then I think that's probably it for this video itself. If you guys enjoyed the video itself, do click the subscribe button down right below to see more videos like this, or click subscribe and please see my 2 other videos. And with that, I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.